What's up, guys? I hope you're having an amazing day. I just got back from the post office, ran some errands, and today has been so busy because I've been talking to so many people about this Delta 8. Hopefully I can say that and not get in trouble. But I wanted to talk about what is the difference between Delta 8 and Delta 9. And so Delta 9 is what you think of when you think of marijuana, okay? Delta 9 is a cannabinoid that is derived from the cannabis plant. And so this is what you think of when you think of people smoking a joint or, indulging in the plant. But Delta 8 is different, and it's different in a huge way. So the way this came about is that the CBD industry came with the federal farm bill in 2018. CBD is derived from hemp, which has less than 0.09 THC or something like that, which is the cannabis cannabinoid. And so when we started producing CBD from all of this hemp, we found ourselves having a surplus. And at that point in time, we went into hemp, into the CBD, and we figured out how to make Delta 8. And Delta 8 is technically a THC-based cannabinoid, but instead of being made from marijuana, from cannabis, it is made from hemp. And so because of this, it does have psychoactive effects, but they're lesser psychoactive effects than you would think of with the regular Delta 9 THC that you would think of, when you're thinking of someone smoking marijuana. And so Delta 8 is so cool because a lot of people can't smoke regular weed. They can't smoke cannabis because they get paranoia, they get anxiety, they get all of these uncomfortable negative symptoms, or I guess most people would think of those as negative symptoms. And when it comes to Delta 8, because it is derived from hemp, you don't necessarily get those negative effects. And so I have people who have never been able to use THC who are madly in love with this Delta 8. And it's so nice, since it's lesser, it's not just going to necessarily rock your socks off. It's like a nice body chill. It's like very relaxing. I think it's helping a lot of people manage their thoughts and emotions in their internal worlds. This is something that is great for stay-at-home moms. It's great for pain. It's great for COVID. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that either. And it is a healthy psychoactive. It can help with stress. It can help replace maybe unhealthy stress solutions. It can help replace nicotine. It can help replace regular marijuana THC, which may be illegal in your state. I know a lot of people who run around trying to find marijuana and it's illegal in their state. So they're buying this stuff. They don't know what they're getting. They don't know what's been added to it. They don't know if they can trust it. And this is completely different because you can trust the source if you're buying from a trusted source. If you are buying from someone who lists all the ingredients, who's open about their growers, who's open about their extraction processes, you can be very, very confident in your Delta 8 in comparison to the Delta 9 that you're maybe used to using. What's up, Carla? Hey, Deborah. That's right. It can help replace addictive opiates. And I wasn't going to go there because it is so controversial. And I'm not one of those people to tell people look, stop using your medication. You know what I mean? But at the same time, a lot of people aren't happy with their medication. And a lot of people are on medication that does just as many negative things as it does positive things. And so this is such a miracle. And to me, it really looks like a revolution. Even if they're not going to make marijuana federally legal, we can still use this Delta 8. And it is legal now, according to the federal farm bill. And so if you want to know if this is legal in your state, you can check your state regulations. There are a list of states that we can't send this to, which is really interesting, but I think it's only about 8 states. And so there's that. I also want to talk about the fact that you can join me in this revolution. You can join me in sharing and exalting the plant, and you can even make an income with it. So network marketing is what I'm in. Network marketing is how I can share these amazing Delta 8 goodies with you. And network marketing has allowed me to stay home since 2017 with my family. So me and my husband, our children, we all stay home, and we haven't had to have a job or go to work since 2017. There have been times where I've lost confidence in this industry. I've lost confidence for the sheer fact that it's not easy. Not everyone is going to do the things that it takes to be successful in network marketing. But what I do know is that Tim and I have looked at everything. Like, we have tried it, we have looked at it, we have friends that do it. And this is one of the only things I've ever watched actually produce freedom for people. It's really wild because a lot of people are sharing GoFundMes. A lot of people are looking for money. A lot of people are doing whatever they can to create an income for themselves. And yet I look at the people in my company and they're paying their bills. They're still at home. They're still with their kids, and they're still making their own choices, and they're still doing all of the things that they want to do. And network marketing has done that for them. I can't find another thing that would have allowed us to be home together for this long. And so I want to tell you guys a story about my first $250 in this industry. Because when I joined, I never really anticipated to retire or to make this like a career type of thing. I really just wanted to help other women with what I had been helped with. And so I signed up, I got my link, I started sharing my website. And before I knew it, I made $250. And I looked at Tim and I was like, I just made $250 on my paycheck. It was right before Christmas. I was standing in front of the Christmas tree, and we were just like at a broke moment. And we really couldn't afford to get decorations. We couldn't afford to get the presents we wanted to get. And when I got that check, I looked at him and I was like, I'm going to the dollar store and I'm getting some Christmas decorations. Like, I was so excited, and it was a frivolous decision, to go and get decorations, but I wanted to have a special Christmas with my kids. I wanted to make it look nice and comfy, like the way my mom always did. And so I took that money and I spent it on decorations, and it was the best decision ever. At that point in time, I was like, I am going to do this until it gives me six figures. Like, I am going to do this until it meets my financial goals. And I did. And it was like within 6 months, we brought Tim home. Like, within 6 months, we closed our LLC. We were making enough money to just survive on this. And since that time, I have watched person after person after person make that happen. And so while it's not for everyone, it is doing big things for regular people. I wasn't a network marketer before I started this. All I knew is that I found something that helped me feel good. And then I shared that to help other people feel good. That's it. And I let it be that simple. I would put up a post, hey, I've got CBD. Like, I'm doing samples. Who wants a sample? I want to mail this to you. I would put up a story and be like, this is what I've got going on. Shoot me a message. I want to help you feel good. And just from that, we grew this massive organization of like 6,000 people. And ever since then, we've just been steadily rolling in this industry. And I'll tell you what, companies make a big difference in your entire network marketing experience. The team makes a big difference. The person you join makes a big difference. So there's a lot of factors that are important when you're starting a network marketing business. And the company I'm with right now, I could just cry. Like, the company I'm with right now is so incredible. The ownership is incredible. The culture is incredible. All of the teams are incredible. All of the people who have been attracted to this opportunity are incredible. And they're doing things that I didn't believe were possible. Things that my old company said, oh, we can't do that. Or, oh, we can't share that. Or, oh, we're not going to be able to make that happen. Like, that's not in alignment with the vision. These people make it happen. Like, they put out the new products. They help us market the things. They give us ways to get to set income goals. Like, they spend time with us. They focus on their branding, and they focus on the culture, and they focus on education. And it's just so beautiful. And so if you are struggling, if you are running around looking for money, If you are looking for a way to make money in alignment with your job, to start a side hustle, I would love to welcome you to my team. Not only do we have the culture, the people, the community, the innovation with our products and with the way that we do things, but we're also capitalizing on one of the fastest growing industries in the world with this Delta 8. Not only is it one of the fastest growing industries in the world, it's also revolutionary in the way that it can save people from our medical system. In the way that it can save people from the stress and anxiety and the day-to-day lives that we live. We all deserve to feel good. And it looks like even if our government doesn't want to make marijuana federally legal, we have found a way to do it anyways. And people are being helped by this plant. I just read an article about COVID not too long ago, and it basically stated that these cannabinoids are blocking the receptors that the spike protein would bind to. And what that translates to is that CBD can really help protect you from any airborne virus. CBD can really help build your immune system. It is based in your cannabinoid, your endocannabinoid system in your body, which is like the Mac Daddy system that allows all of your systems to communicate. And when you start feeding that, you are going to see overall huge changes in your health. And so not only are we in a perfect place at a perfect time with a perfect company, but we are coming out with products that matter. We're doing it quickly, and we are rapidly expanding into these markets that have just been untouchable in the network marketing industry. We just came out with a product called Bake Tape, which is a kinesiology tape. I don't know if I said that right. And it's basically got CBD baked into it. I have been watching people put this tape on different parts of their body with pain and leaving it on for like 24 hours. And the results they're seeing are incredible. Like, that tape in and of itself is going to change so many lives. Our pain relief cream, it's a CBD cream. That product in itself has changed so many lives. And when it comes to starting a business, I have watched people start LLCs. I have watched them start brick and mortar businesses. I've watched them do these things and fail. Just like you can fail in network marketing, But the difference is that takes thousands upon thousands of dollars to begin, to market your own products and handle your own shipping and distribution and to deal with the warehouse problems, to deal with customer service issues. Like, all of that takes time and money. And when it comes to network marketing, you sign up, you get a website, all of the products are already there. All of the shipping and handling is taken care of. All of the distribution, all of the storage, everything is done for you. And so while not everyone succeeds here, my God, I don't think there is an easier way to start creating extra income for you and your family. And so hopefully I'm about to get a little bit more loud about our opportunity and about the stuff that we have to share, because I never thought I was going to be able to promote legal psychoactives. Like, coming into this company and being able to promote Delta 8 gummies was absolutely life-changing. But watching them move deeper into this market, watching them continue to give me products that I want to market that I thought were completely off the table, I'm just like, oh my gosh, And it's bringing my fire back. Like, it's making me excited again. And I would love to build a massive organization here. These owners deserve it. This company deserves it. The teams here, the cultures, they deserve it. You deserve it. You deserve to be surrounded by people who actually care about you and your income and your goals. You deserve to feel good, and you deserve to share things that make you feel good with other people. You deserve to see the look on their face when you have changed their life. And so if this feels like it could be for you, if you want to work with me, if you want to spread these types of revolutionary products all over the country, hit me up, because this is a great time. We've got some promotions going on where our owners literally put out this document that shows you the steps to create $3,000 in your first 90 days. And I know that is possible because I've watched multiple people do it. Myself included. We've created over $500,000 in this industry since 2017. And honestly, I haven't honored it in the way that I should over the past couple of years. I've done that without even honoring the thing, you know? And so I believe in myself. I believe in this company. I believe in these products, and I am ready to believe in you. If you feel that this could be with you, for you, hit me up. Let's talk today. I'm really excited. I can't wait to get my stuff. They should be here any minute. I've been like looking at the mailbox. This is so funny. Tim was like, we got a package in the mail. And I was like, oh my God, it's the Delta 8 stuff. So like I have my robe on and I put my shoes on. I barely ever leave my house unless I'm going to the store or like doing something with my kids. And so occasionally my neighbors get to watch me run to the mailbox in my Ugg boots and my robe. And so I did that today, and I tore open the mailbox and I pulled it out and I opened it up, and it was the free government COVID test. And I was like, oh, like these are so great, but this is not what I was looking for right now. And so any minute I'm going to have this stuff. And as soon as I do, I'll come back on live. I'll hit my vape with you. We'll see how many puffs it takes me to get to the center of the Tootsie Pop. And then maybe you can try some of this stuff, you know. We have both the psychoactive cannabinoids and the non-psychoactive cannabinoids when it comes to these vapes. And so if you are a vapor, if you're looking for a more healthy vape solution, I would love to help you there too. And so I hope you guys have a great day today. I'm going to go through and read some of these comments before I hop off here. But this has been so much fun. I got all worked up in the car. I was like going to the post office and mailing some stuff to people. And I was like, I'm doing a live today. We're going to talk about a revolution. You are so right, Carla. There are so many negative side effects that come with big pharma products, and it's sad. You know, I think that we are in the middle of a complete transformation in the medical industry, and I don't know what that's going to look like. But honestly, I try to avoid that stuff at all costs. Like, I hate to say that, but I do. I would much rather find something natural that can help me. You know, and it's like I've been in multiple situations, like very serious situations. Like, for example, when I was losing Enzo inside of my belly when I was pregnant, where I tried all of the medications. You know, I went down those roads and they just weren't good for me. They weren't good for my body. They weren't good for my mind. And I just, you know, I know it's good for some people, and like, more power to you. I don't want to talk negatively about your solutions, but I do want to let you know that there are other solutions. You know, like if you have just as many negatives as positives, you can try other things. And we've got so many solutions to offer you here. What's up, Danielle? Hey, Amanda, what's up? Yes. Like, I love money, and I love having enough money to go to the store without checking my account. That is something I believe every single parent should be entitled to. You should be able to go to the store and buy healthy food for you and your children without worrying that you don't have enough money, you know? And this has given me that for the first time. I had an LLC before this, you know, and that was great, but you have good months and you have bad months, and it's not consistent, and it's scary. The uncertainty can like rock you to your core. And so we all deserve to have the money we need to get by. And this has been what has helped me do that. Nothing else. This. Hey, Selena, hit me up. Come in my inbox and we can talk about what I'm willing to do samples of. And then we also have some samples of gummy on the website. Dang, Carla, what state are you in? Hey, Jordan. Oh, thank you, Danielle. I appreciate you. What's up, Angel? Hey, Shayon. Hello. Aw, you guys are so good to me. Yes, Heather, I will do that right now. And we miss you too. I love you guys. Hit me up, dude. Get in my inbox. We can talk today. I'll be around all day. So anybody who wants to talk, that's what I'm normally doing. I'm hanging out in Facebook Messenger. Come there, talk to me. I'm focused on this stuff. I'm going to remain focused on this stuff, and I'm going to do this thing. And so I love you guys. Carla, I'm going to message you today too. I just talked to somebody from New York, and they said the same thing. They were like, we were selling it out of our store, and then all of a sudden the state came in and made it illegal. And so that is just so wild to me. I just don't understand. You know, even Michigan is completely legal with THC, with Delta 9 THC. Yet they won't allow the sale of Delta 8, which is produced from hemp, you know, which is like literally made from CBD. And that doesn't make sense to me. And so I think that the Delta 8 regulations are really, really wild. I get that they're trying to protect their Delta 9 sales, but, you know, I don't believe in banning books, so burning books, whatever the hell you want to call it. All right, I love you guys. Have a good day. Bye.